All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. Back again with another Sebastian Rogers What's on My Mind video. So, before I get started, I want to say a big shout out to Mr. E's Crimecast. I was over there on his channel the other night, and, you know, awesome group of people. I mean, everybody in the chat was awesome. It was a heck of an experience. So, if you're looking for, I think that they're at like 3,000, 5,000 subs or something like that. So if you're looking for a great true crime channel to check out, it's Mr. E's Crimecast. Go check them out, or go check his channel out. There was 3 people on there the other night. So, but it's a great true crime channel to go check out and be part of. So, but yeah, man, we talked a little bit about everything over there. And what I done is I just kind of took some of the stuff that was puzzling me, you know, in the live stream over there, and just thought I'd come over here and do a discussion video over here, kind of, or what's on my mind video. So there's a channel out there also called the Lore Lodge that I guess done a video on Sebastian Rogers, and he kind of gave his take on. He titled the thing, you know, Stepdad is Lying. And, man, it took the Sebastian Rogers case by storm. So it kind of tells me, guys, like when you're judging the atmosphere of everything, this investigation, man, there's a lot of people that they just think Chris and Katie are lying, especially Chris. They really think Chris is lying. Yeah, it seems like most everybody agrees that Chris Proudfoot's lying on YouTube. I found 2 channels that are pretty much saying, you know, leave Chris and Katie alone. I found just 2 channels. Everybody else is pretty much on the same page and believes that, you know, Chris ain't really telling the truth here about some stuff. So it seems like pretty much, as far as social media goes, everybody's on the same page as far as Chris not telling the truth. So, and I kind of wanted to take a look, you know, talk about that. You know, if Chris is lying, we all think in the Summer Wells case, you know, Dawn and Candace might be lying about a bunch of stuff too. And it takes me back to the Megan Boswell thing. Now, if you guys are not familiar with the Megan Boswell investigate, well, what it is, it's a young mother who, I mean, it's bad, guys. I mean, she had this little baby. Her name was Evelyn Boswell, and she wrapped her up, and while she was alive, she stuffed her mouth, I think with aluminum foil or something like that, and just head first down into a trash can, I believe, at her dad's house, on her dad's property. And she lied to the cops. She lied, and she done news interviews and was just giving inconsistent stories. And guys, let me see here. I wrote the stuff down. Okay, on February 26, 2020, Sullivan County Sheriff's Office said Megan Boswell was arrested for false reporting and giving bad information. Okay. Now, Evelyn went missing. She was reported missing February 19th, 2020. So from February 19th up until February 26th, they finally arrested her on February 26th, which is not long, guys, not long. And the news article said that she was arrested for false reporting and giving bad information. And I'm like, well, maybe, I guess Chris just hasn't lied enough. You know what I mean? Has Chris just not lied enough? So, I mean, I was kind of comparing the two. You know, Chris, you know, Megan Boswell. Now, Megan Boswell really didn't get on social media. She just got on the news. She done several news interviews, and she was giving police false information and all this stuff. Anyway, they arrested her for basically lying to them. Sullivan County did. And listen, guys, TBI, that, you know, when what it is, her court case was it was set way out there. And I'm like, why is her court case so far away? TBI ended up, I'm thinking it was around 10 to 11,000 pages of evidence. TBI actually, I think it was around 10,000 pages of evidence. And it sounded like a majority of it was social media evidence. Because I remember it, you know, stress. I was trying to find it, but I can't find the article no more. But I think it was stressing, most of it was social media evidence. And the DA's office is like, it's just going to take time to go through all this. So that's why they set her court date so far out. And then she had issues with, you know, lawyers and stuff like that. You know, she's switching lawyers, and lawyers were quitting on her, yada, yada, and that pushed it out even more. But think about that, guys. TBI, now it wasn't Sullivan County Sheriff's Office that turned all this in. It was the TBI. TBI slapped 11,000 pages around that, down on the district, I'll just say the prosecutor's desk, Barry Stalbus. A great guy, by the way. He's a DA up there in Sullivan County. 11,000 pages of evidence against Megan Boswell. TBI, I have to give TBI credit for that one. They went to work for that. They went to work in that case. 11,000 pages, guys. But again, you know, you got, we all believe Don and Candace are not being truthful. And this is just all of our opinions on social media and the public, you know, the public's opinion. We just believe Don and Candace are, you know, not being truthful about what they know on Summer's disappearance. And same thing with Sebastian Rogers. We think Chris and possibly Katie. Well, it seems like both Chris and Katie. I think a lot of people just, it feels like a lot of people think Chris and Katie are lying. So I'll just, you know, bunch them both in there together. But a lot of people feel like they're lying. But guys, maybe they've just not lied enough for the police to arrest them yet. Yeah, I was just, you know, everybody's talking about Chris lying. The Lore Lodge done that thing on, you know, he thinks, I think he was talking about the stepdad lying in the Sebastian Rogers case. And, you know, before the Lore Lodge even done his video, we were all just like, you know, I mean, we're not stupid. We can smell BS a mile away. You know what I mean? We're you know, we've been around the block a time or two, guys. So I mean, we're pretty good at you know, sensing BS when we see it. So, and then the Lore Lodge comes out with, you know, his opinion, and I think it kind of just, you know, like I said, man, it took the Sebastian Rogers case on YouTube by storm, and just kind of solidified most, I'll say most people, just solidified most people's opinion and speculation that Chris is lying. And I'm going to lump Katie in there too, because I've heard a lot of people who think Katie's lying. They're both in it together, you know what I mean? And, you know, Chris made it well known because he was trying to get Faith back in the, you know, back in the house. And I guess he made it pretty well known he wasn't too happy about having Sebastian there and Faith there. And, well, guess what? Here we are, you know, come full circle, Faith's in the house now. And, well, Guess who ain't? Right? So, oh, and the other thing, somebody wanted me to go look at, there was a YouTuber, what was his name? Someone wanted me to go look at a YouTuber's channel, Silver's on the Scene. So I went and looked at a video he done, because one of my subs wanted me to go look at a video he done. And he was talking about Chris's truck possibly being there on camera, you know, down the street. And he was kind of talking about the culvert or concrete, you know, drainage thing. And talking about Chris's truck. Let's talk about that for a second, guys. And that's another thing that kind of puzzles me too. If Chris's truck was in that neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing, it's got GPS. I mean, that truck is like new. So it's got all the bells and whistles. I mean, that's like a $60,000 truck Chris drives. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles. I mean, it's got GPS. It's got, I mean, the police can, on that vehicle, the police can get into the navigation. They can get into the electronics of that truck remotely. TBI and FBI can. Now, I'm not sure if Sumner County can. I don't think they've got the tools to do that. But TBI and FBI, man, they can remotely monitor Chris from wherever they want to with their equipment they got. And they can remotely pull up. I mean, they don't even have to go stick anything on the truck and pull the data. I mean, they can do it remotely now, guys. Yeah, that blows my mind. So I wonder what they found. You know, Chris says that he was, you know, was it Memphis? You know, with a lot of people speculating that Chris and like the Bower Sox's SUV, Chris's truck, and I guess the Bower Sox had like an Infinity SUV. That one is new enough to where they can remotely pull the data too and monitor where they come and go. You know what I mean? That just still blows my mind that police can monitor your vehicle and everything you do remotely. I don't know if they can do that with the older vehicles. They probably can, but it blows my mind. And technology is just like, it's taken off, guys. Like over the last 10 years, I mean, wow. And you got, you know, crazy stuff happening. I'm interested. I'm really interested to see how the all this AI stuff is going to affect law enforcement. You know, how's it going to affect, you know, state police? How's it going to affect the FBI? It's getting pretty neat, guys. It's getting pretty neat as to what they can do. But I'm sure if Chris's truck went up the street or was in the neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing, I'm sure if the Bower Sox's Infinity SUV was in the neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing, yeah, I'd say police are 100% sure, you know, if they've got that information, they're sitting on it. They know. And I wonder, you know, and again, I mean, if one of their vehicles was in the area, in that neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing, why didn't they, you know, and of course we may not have seen, maybe they did and we just didn't see it, but why didn't they take the vehicles in for testing and processing to, you know, again, we're talking about forensics. So if Chris's truck or the Bower Sox's SUV was in the neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing, have police taken their vehicle in for processing and forensics? Have they done that and then give it back to them? So I just assume Chris is still driving the truck, and from, you know, I don't know if the Bower Sox, I mean, if their Infinity was in the area, I mean, do the Bower Sox, are they still driving around their SUV that they had, you know, when, you know, Sebastian went missing? So, you know, was forensics done on their vehicles if That's just if they were in the neighborhood the night Sebastian went missing. I don't know. I don't know. The police would know that. And we're just guessing. Because Silver on the scene says he thinks it could be Chris Proudfoot's truck. But again, I mean, if it is, are police doing anything about it? You know. It'd be interesting. Because if it is Chris, I mean, if whoever's vehicle was going up and down the street the night Sebastian went missing late that night, whatever vehicle it is, that vehicle needs to be processed. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, guys, I mean, well, if it's connected to Sebastian's disappearance. But anyway, what do y'all think about that? Interesting, huh? So, yeah, y'all go look at, was it Silver on the Scene? He's got a video talking about, you know, could this be possibly Chris Proudfoot's truck going up the street the night Sebastian went missing? He talks about the culvert over there as like a landmark in the camera. And I was watching all that, and it just hit me. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, that'd be enough right there to probably, you know, say, hey, we need to do forensics on your vehicle if, you know, law enforcement found out Chris was in the neighborhood or the Bowersox were in the neighborhood when night Sebastian went missing. That'd be enough for me to want to do forensics on it, you know what I mean? So you let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. So anyway, thanks for hanging with me. Appreciate it. And I hope you're staying safe. We had some had a tree fall down just down the street. Had to go check on my neighbor. Had a tree fall down on his house, and he's okay, but some power lines are down. I'd tell him, you know, stay inside until power company gets here and everything. So you know, he's an elderly man. So when I seen the tree fell down on his house, I immediately, you know, knocked on the door, made sure he's okay, because it didn't look like it went through the roof. But anyway, I called, you know, 911, said, hey, this guy's got some live wires down around his house. So whenever you can, you know, just let you know. But man, there's some storms in the southeast, guys. I don't know who all's getting them, but stay safe. Again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.